Story time, guys. Let me tell you guys how my 13 years relationship ended. Yes, you heard me right, 13 years. So basically, I've been with this person for 13 years. Although there were ups and downs in the relationship, and and I relocated to the UK at a point. Then we rekindled in the UK when he came. As I then he already became popular and became who he is right now, and it was like, oh, we should be back together. The story will not be sweet without me being there. I was there when he had nothing and all of that. So we continued where we stopped. Like we continued like nothing ever happened and all that. So yeah, and I always come to Lagos. So this time I was in Lagos around November, and I went back to the UK in January. I continued my work. I even recently got a new job as at that January, and all of a sudden this guy was like, come back to Nigeria, and I'm going to sponsor you and fund whatever you need. But I told him that I'm not ready to come back to Nigeria fully. I need to save more money. I don't want to like depend on anybody. And I was like, no, that I should come now. Like it was literally pestering me to come like right now, like come right now. If you don't come now, then that's it. I'm just gonna give you whatever I want to give you whenever you are ready. Like I thought okay, this man is hammering me to come back home. Probably, he's not getting younger. I'm also not getting any younger. So probably he does not want his woman to be in the UK and him is in Nigeria. And I listened to him. Like I literally had to like cut off my friends. Like there are some that I didn't even tell I was relocating back to Lagos. Even the new job I got, I had to like disappoint the company and relocated back to Lagos, all because I listened to this man. Yeah. Then I came back to Lagos. He even came to pick me at the airport. Like this was the chain he gave to me, and we went to the house. The next day was his birthday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, and I did my little surprise, my gifts and all of that, and that was it. Then I think the second week or that same week of his birthday, he went to the UK. So apparently, when he came back from the UK, he came with money counting machine. And I was so surprised that in the UK, nobody would ever give you that, because I had planned to buy him this same money counting machine for his business, because he makes money whenever he goes for an event. But I just changed my gift. And so I'm like, who got you this machine? Because obviously it's not a man. But he didn't, reply me. I was like, yes, somebody. I'm like, somebody who? Like, is the person a woman? I was like, yes. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I kept on asking him that, who gave you this money counting machine? But no response from him whatsoever. Then I just kept quiet. But in my head, I was like, my answer would be on his phone. Fortunately for me, I was able to get into his phone. Lo and behold, a girl actually got him that money counting machine. A girl he met up with after his birthday that he went to the UK. Mind you, I was already in Lagos, in his house, and he left me in his house to go to the UK to meet up with another person. He has been with this babe since last year. I did not even know, because there was a time we were together in December, because I was in Nigeria in November. I came to upgrade my skills. I make hair in store and I also sell wigs, right? And we planned this whole thing together. I even like paid some influencers for me. Do you understand? I went back to the UK in January. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Somebody called and I was like, who is this person calling you? By this time, I was like, oh, is sure is a client. The person is a client and she's probably not in Nigeria. That was why she thought she could call by this time. I was like, okay, cool. But it was the same lady that got him this money counting machine from London on his last trip, whereas I was in his house in Nigeria. I was not going to say anything about it, but one day we were just having a conversation. I just chip it and I was like, since you have a new catch, I was like, oh, new catch, like she catfish. Then I proceeded that, you left me in Lagos in your house. We went to go and meet up with another woman in London. Now, wow, Esha Malo, protection. For 1 hour, like he was thinking of what to say. After an hour, I just replied with laughing emojis. I'm going to attach the chat here. And he said, okay, to the Esha Malo protection. I didn't say anything. The messages were coming in on my phone. I was saying it. I didn't say anything. Now said, now is the time. Like, now is the time that what? So I saw the message. I didn't reply. He called me. I didn't pick the call. Then he was like, let's see. Let's talk. Let's see. Let's talk. So eventually I said, yes, I'm ready to. Let's see and talk. And I was like, okay. He has, couple of things to do. When he's done, he would come around. Then later on, I think the next day, he was like, oh, he can't make it anymore. And he sent a breakup voice note. He literally broke up our 13 years relationship through voice notes after asking me to come back to Nigeria. Like, I really do not even know what his plan was. Like, what did you have in plan for me in the first place? For you to like tell me to abandon what I was doing in the UK and relocate plan for me in the first place? For you to like tell me to abandon what I was doing in the UK and relocate back to Nigeria. I really even do not understand what his plan was, because I left my life, like I was building my about it. We're like, yes, now is the time. I'm not getting any younger. What do you mean by you're not getting any younger? So what happened to my own age? Am I getting younger for 13 years? Like for 13 years, what was your plan? Do you understand, guys? So, and immediately he sent my things back to me. Because remember, when I came back to Nigeria, he came to pick me at the airport and we went straight to his house. So he did, like, give me that option to, like, okay, when are you, can I come and take my things? He sent them to me that same day through Uber. He was like, don't worry, I will pay for the Uber. And that was it. Like, think that I disappointed the new company that just employed. Emotionally disturbed, just the way I am right now. Yeah, that's my story.
Wait, so you said you were with someone for 13 years. There were ups and downs. What ups and downs? See, this is the time to think logically. And until my gender is not taking accountability away from the table, we are not ready for this conversation. No, you can't eat your cake and have it. So you left him. You broke up when you were coming to the UK because you thought you were going to see a better partner. All of a sudden, you got to the UK, everybody shine their eye. Would you have said yes to that guy if he's not Segun Johnson, the show one bear, oh one bear now? That guy showed you what money can buy, which is you. And that guy showed you what money cannot buy, which is marriage. Take it or leave it. So you left him when you did not have money. All of a sudden, the guy that cannot tell you to stay back in Nigeria when you did not have money can now tell you to relocate back to Nigeria, all because he has money. And say, Ella for water jare, Ella for water, Ella for water jare, Ella for water. Then let's move to the next part. Now, you left your goals, your dream, that vision that you look up to so much that you broke up with him when you were coming to the UK. You suddenly abandoned all that to relocate back to Nigeria, my dear sister. Did you not have any vision for yourself? No. Did you not see yourself in any light? You're tired of being a carer. You don't want to work for whatsoever you're going to get. Hey, Jerry, one of the celebrity. Yeah, Mrs. Johnson is not cheap. He worked hard for it. He didn't let go of himself. He kept on working on himself when you left him. See, and I used to say it, behind every altruistic act, there's still an egoistic motive. Even this one has still strategy, madam. It's still the price. And you settle for the barest minimum, Segun Johnson's ex. And I wish all those men that are looking at you, or that believe that I want to get her, can know that you are buyable. If there's another person that have more money than them, you will still go for them. All of a sudden, you roll here, you do makeup, you set camera. Oh, Suku can put you at your. I beg you, you left care job. You left, and they just employed me. So you let go of yourself for a man? And all of a sudden, when I went back to Nigeria, why? No be mommy itikuni, that dini. You now went back to his house. As what? As the wife. He needed to do what he did. Because if he did not do it, Oma Pada for you back here, Jenny. And he knows you are not reliable. Oma Pada for you demoleni because you wanted that Mrs. Johnson so bad. Oh, they let Jenny Vito Shesi. Oh, when he needed you, during that growth, when he needed you, when he was climbing that ladder, you left him. You left him. All of a sudden, you wanted that Mrs. Johnson so bad. I'm not asking you guys to agree with me, of course, but it's the truth. And I just wish all the ladies can know that life is not free. You need to work for what you're getting. Life isn't free. So if there's anyone sitting out there pushing you to work, you need to get yourself working. You abandoned your dream. You said you wanted to get counting machine. Counting machine for who? As what? This is a man that did not even have financial conversation with you. He's not even discussing his financial future because he knows you can't secure it. You must have really rated yourself so high, Mrs. Johnson. You want to get counting machine. You want to get counting machine. For what? To